Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to another Fired Up Casey episode. I am your host, Zeke Wong. And hey, before you even click off, please subscribe, share, because this is the only show in KC that brings you all the top leaders, all the legends in KC, all the fun people, the coolest people in KC, and pretty much the coolest cats. But anyways, for today, I bring two legends from Kansas City. Now, when you think of fitness and dance, I'm talking about that today. So please help me welcome the co-founder and the general manager of Dance with Flow, Mrs. Kerri Pomerenke and Natalie Wolfe. How you guys doing today?
Hi. Good. Thanks for having us.
First of all, I love your last name. But thank you guys for coming on the show today. It's awesome to chat with you. How you guys doing?
Good.
How you feeling?
Feeling good. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes.
It's
How's
exciting
the weather
to be here.
How's the weather outside?
It's a gorgeous day.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
Yesterday was kind of cold, and it was a little bit chilly, and today it's kind of like sunny and all that cool vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But great to have you guys here today. But for those who do not know who Mrs. Kerri is, can I give them a little bio about yourself and how you got to where you are today?
Yeah, I am a co-founder of Dance Fit Flow, which is a local dance studio for adults right here in Kansas City. I grew up in Kansas City and was a dancer. I did competition dance. I did dance team dance. I was on a competitive dance team in college, and then I cheered in the NFL for 4 seasons after that. And then following my NFL days, I took a bit of a hiatus from dance just because I was pursuing other things in life.
Yeah.
I was working an office job and had a nice fast track career, so I really focused on that. And then at the time I was single, so my dating life, and then ultimately met my husband. And throughout that period of time when I was not dancing, I came to recognize that dance filled a much greater role in my life and just in my personhood than I had given it credit for when I thought, okay, I'm done with dance. And so fortunately, through really great relationships and support of my husband and my co-founder, was able to create this dance studio, this space in Kansas City for people like us and people of all sorts that dance is their thing that brings them rest and play, because we all need that. So we opened in 2017, and I've just been trying to do the business leader thing since.
Yes. I mean, that's awesome. Now, for those who do not know who Miss Natalie is, give us a brief bio about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska, born and raised, and my journey through dance started really young. My mom put me in dance when I was 4 because I was a rambunctious child. Not shocking if you know me a little bit today. But she just put me in the studio that my sister was at, and then the rest was history. I danced competitively, traveled everywhere. Did it probably as aggressively as someone could do it. Yeah. And then when it came to college, I was really overwhelmed with my dance options, and so I decided at that time it was really, really hard choice but to close the door on dance and take the traditional college route. Yeah. And I moved to Kansas City, and that first year was really, really hard, from dancing 40 hours a week to dancing not at all. Okay. And navigating the social scenes of college as well. And so I was trying to look for a space to let go and find that passion again. And I found Dance Fit Flow, and then I started teaching there shortly after they opened in 2018 because I loved it as a client, so it was an easy transition to go to instructor side. And then when graduation hit, 2019, I was done with college. I had post-grad plans for my life, along with some feelings of is this the right path for me? And the shock of I graduated and now I actually have to do the thing that I thought I was going to do. Mm-hmm. And along that time, Lauren and Kerri sat me down and gave me this job offer, and not a pressured way at all, but they're the job is on the table. We think we're the right one for it. And I had an aha moment of I didn't know that I could have a job like this, and it was easy to say yes because it was a passion, it was a heart project, and it's easy to lead and do a job that you feel really passionate about. So canceled my graduation plan, well, not my graduation plans, my post-grad plans, and have been with the business ever since.
Well, I'm excited you canceled those plans and joined Dance with Flow because you guys are killing it. You guys are really doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
But first, I usually drink wine mid-show, but you guys drink wine at all?
I love wine.
Yeah, we're wine drinkers.
Let's toast to 4 years. I think.
Years.
Yes,
Thank you. That's sweet.
I will gladly drink to that.
Yes, most businesses, I think they say end in the first year.
2 years.
And you guys survived 2020 of all years.
We survived 2020.
That was the year that a lot of people couldn't push you. So I'm happy to have you guys here. But I want us to dive deep. But first, let me ask this: how did the name Dance Fit Flow come about?
Oh boy, that is a really loaded question. That was one of the more challenging things, maybe from an emotional standpoint, of kicking off the business. And we went through a lot of iterations. I won't really share what too many of those were, but and I say we with my co-founder, her name's Lauren, we did an exercise where we would just write down words. Okay, what do we want to be affiliated with the brand that we want to create and the service that we want to offer? And so we knew we needed to express that it was dance. And then we wanted to elaborate on that, but also distinguish the business a little bit. So Dance Fit is a pretty natural kind of take from the dance. But given that what we do is not just fitness, there's a lot more to it. The flow is one of those words that can mean a lot of different things. At its surface, it can mean yoga and other types of movement that aren't just dance and exercise oriented. And oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but there's an author who does the psychology of behavior and has written some books, just those books that we listen to help improve our habits, and describes flow of the state of rapt attention where you're working really hard, but it doesn't feel like work. And I learned that word after we already had opened Dance Fit Flow, and it was already called Dance Fit Flow. But I've kind of adopted that as the meaning because I mentioned a minute ago that dance is a space where a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people find rest and they find play and they find creativity. And I think what helps us do that is that when you take a class, if that's your space, if that's your thing, you find yourself in that state of flow. Where you're not thinking about how many calories am I burning? What's my cardio output here? You're thinking about, okay, how do I retain these steps? How do I best encompass the style that my choreographer is trying to get us to embody? And so that's just a little bit of the name Dance Fit Flow. And we've grown to love it, and I think it describes what we do.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause like when I saw it, it was like a really good play on words. It was like dance, because fitness has to do with dance. Because if you're dancing, you're pretty much working out. And flow means you have to be a rhythm to dance. You can't be dancing off beat. Now, I want to ask you guys this, because I think it's important. What would you say kind of separates you guys from any other dance studio in Kansas City?
I think the first thing, obviously, is this is like one of our only rules that we have is we are adults only. So we're the first and only studio in Kansas City that's exclusively for adults, and not to say that any other environment is worse or better, but it is different in that our environment and the space is protected and it's safe for people to come no matter their level. I think that's definitely a first little indicator that I think sets us apart.
Yeah, and then I don't know that this is a thing that is going to separate Dance Fit Flow from any dance studio, but I think it separates a healthy business from an unhealthy business, and that we always lead with the person and the concept of people. Even when, Natalie and I sit down together to figure out, okay, what next class do we need to add to our schedule? It's very rarely, we need this type of class, so now let's find a person that fits this little box that we've drawn. We're always like, okay, who is the person that fits our community the best, and then what are they passionate about? Because whatever that person loves doing the most is going to translate the best in the classroom. And the people who are getting to take from that instructor or choreographer, that energy is really going to set the tone, as opposed to like, here's a formula that you must follow. So I'd say, it's our focus on the person over the product.
Now, speaking about the person, can I tell us a little bit about the community at Dance Fit Flow? What is it like, when people come there? What is it like, the people who come there?
Yeah, we get literally all walks of life, and that's my favorite phone call to answer when someone calls the studio and they're like, well, I'm such and such age old and I'm really rusty. Are there people like me there? And the answer is yes. And that's just the most beautiful thing to witness, is there's people right out of high school dancing. There's 50-year-olds coming to dance. There's people who are moving to Kansas City and they want to find community and they come there to dance. And we have some awesome regulars who, even though we have staff there to help welcome people in, they're grabbing people and they're like, hey, how's it going? And they're making them feel welcome as well. So we have all ages, all backgrounds, people who are doing all sorts of jobs, but have come there to find, first of all, for dance and to find that movement that feels good to them. But I think a lot of times the community works for themselves and they feel so welcomed in that they are also now coming for all of their dance friends in the space as well.
I mean that's awesome. I mean, it's always important to be inclusive, where it's not strictly this group or that group, because that shows the beauty of diversity in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know Dance with Flo, how do you guys operate in terms of, because I know you guys have a studio where you guys dance. So do people just sign up to get like dancing lessons, or what is the whole goal and like kind of what you guys do?
Yeah, well, we have an app.
Okay.
It's Dance Fit Flow on the App Store, both for Android and for Apple. But the vast majority of the classes that we offer are drop-in style, meaning you can either have a membership that allows you to take a set number or an unlimited amount of classes, or you buy class credits, which is kind of like buying tokens, and then you use those tokens to take different classes on our schedule.
Sweet.
Some of our classes are more difficult from a choreography content standpoint. Some are the follow the leader dance fitness, and then others are a more traditional yoga sculpt or a flow cardio type of class. But they're all drop-in in nature, so you don't have to commit to, okay, I'm going to be there every Monday at 6 o'clock for 6 weeks, and you're making that investment. It's really flexible on adapting to the schedule that you have, and really primarily your preferences and the types of classes that you enjoy taking. I think we also see a lot of clients who find us will start in classes that maybe they don't perceive to be as difficult as some of the other ones, but give them a few weeks and then they're jumping into the advanced level classes, because the community that we have is so special, and it's not a cutthroat, hyper competitive type of place. It is very much like everyone there is cheering you on, and there's just something really healing and really exciting that happens when you begin a class and you don't know a dance, and then you finish a class and you've accomplished something in that period of time.
Now, let me ask you guys this. I want us to have a little bit of fun. Do you both still dance? You guys?
Yeah, we jump. We try and be as much and involved. There's not a job that takes to operate the business that either one of us hasn't done, and including just getting to enjoy like the fruit of the business, which is our drop-in classes and all of our amazing staff members too.
I think that's fun. I mean, because like when you run the business, you're also dancing. So that's, but the reason why I want to have some fun is because I dance a little bit, but I'm not a professional dancer. But what are the dance moves? Because what are the dance moves that you guys? What are like kind of the dance parties you guys do like at your studios? What are the difference? What you guys do?
Like the style of class?
Yeah, style of class of dance. Can you guys like the ballet style or the, I don't know, break dance or?
Yes, totally. You get the styles. We really have almost every type of dance you can, and then other styles that we don't have, we try and incorporate those with what we call pop-up classes. But our weekly classes, we have everything from, like you're saying, hip-hop to lyrical to contemporary, musical theater to tap. We have salsa, we have jazz funk, we have sideline jazz. We have literally everything, and of all levels too, so you can kind of pick and choose how you want to play and how you want to dance. And then we try and do, like I said, those fun pop-ups. So we've done like Afro beats before, we've done like ballet, contemporary blend classes.
Afrobeat. We're going to talk about that.
Yes.
We've got a heels series that is currently underway.
Oh,
yeah, that's underway. So we try and bring in things that outside of our regular schedule to bring a little bit of freshness here and there as well.
Now, tell me about, in terms of, maybe you would notice, but I used to break dance when I was in high school. But I stopped at that time. I was like, you know what? I think the thing that made me stop is my principal back in the days, we had like this whole dance team, and we're supposed to like do like a dance thing for like end of year graduation. And before we do the thing, we have to go present ourselves to the principal to see if they're gonna sign it off. So our principal, I went to like a Catholic school. So our principal was she was a nun. And so we were getting started, and our dance thing was about Michael Jackson. We were trying to do Michael Jackson thing. So she was still walking in. She was trying to turn to like get her seat ready. And our intro is we're gonna run really fast and then stop in front of you. And we didn't know she was not ready. So
oh no!
So she just turned at the wrong time. So she turned at the wrong time just to sit there and saw us running at her. So she got scared, but we stood in front of her like it was like an inch. so we didn't get to perform at the graduation. So that was the end of our team. But anyways, just to say that I know how complex it is to be able to do dance and be able to kind of formulate different new moves. I want to ask this. It's probably going to be the last question before we go into the game section.
Yeah.
What is the goal for Dance Fit Flow, and what are you guys hoping to accomplish in the years to come, or where do we see you guys in the future?
Yeah, Dance Fit Flow is leading a movement for adults to keep their passion for dance alive. And right now we're doing that in the Crossroads in Kansas City. We'd love to do that for more people in more places. We talk about that and we're working on that often. We're not there yet, but that's the vision that I would love to see come into fruition for the business. But it's really just bringing an opportunity for people to do something that they love, that without Dance Fit Flow, myself and a lot of people in our community found themselves without access to the thing that brings them happiness.
Now, this is just personal for me. When are you guys having a dance thing coming up? Because I want to join you guys.
Well, you can come any week for a drop-in class. I'm serious, and I know it's like the cliche of am I really invited? But you really are invited.
Good. It's on video. You have it recorded. Have evidence. You guys
the official invitation. I've actually met a lot of people just at restaurants or bars, and they start talking about it, and they actually come to the studio because it's a little bit of a vulnerability to actually come and take a dance class. But any week you can come, like Kerri said, they're drop-in style classes. Our big event that we hold every year is that showcase, which is a glorified adult dance recital. So we'll do that again next year in October, and if you want to perform in it, you have the opportunity. Anybody can perform in the showcase.
I'm putting on my skills.
Yes.
And pre-warning, I feel like whenever I have a little bit of alcohol in me, I'm the best dancer. I'm all over the place. Man, thank you guys for coming on the show. I appreciate you guys and what you do. I think it's definitely important, being able to dance and move and, kind of find your rhythm. Now, let's move to the game section. I want to ask you guys this. What are your favorite dance moves that you guys do that you guys love?
Anything with a good hair flip.
What about you, Natalie?
Well, one of the things that I have loved teaching recently is one of our cardio dance classes, and we have different variations on a grapevine, which is old school. That footwork is never going away. You'll know grapevine in the year 3000. Kids will probably be learning a grapevine, but it's fun to add your own flair to a good grapevine. But I also am with Kerri. That's probably what you see the most when you come in is we keep it clean, but you'll see hair on the floor and you're oh, I know that class had some good hairography in it. So a good hair flip as well.
Have you guys heard the song by I think it's Willow Smith? It's I
whip my hair back and forth. Yes.
That song came out when I was young. I'm oh, they must have a huge headache.
Yeah.
That song's whipping hair back and I'm that's a really tough song. But next question. What are you guys' favorite genre of music do you guys like?
I grew up listening to traditional kind of rock alternative bands John Mayer, Neil Diamond, I love Dave Matthews Band. So that kind of is my roots too, any alternative rock. But nowadays I really love house, EDM, any remix music, because it's fun to dance to it, and I always am thinking of choreography. So those are kind of my go-to there.
What about you, Kerri?
My go-to playlist if I'm at home and I just want to create that atmosphere is I'll go to Stevie Wonder radio. And
classic.
Yeah, just that. I'm kind of an oldies junkie. I am by no means a music trivia whiz, but just that kind of sound and that feel, it just feels so good.
What is you guys? How can people reach out to you and kind of see what you guys got with?
On Instagram, it's just @DanceFitFlow. We have an email associated with our account. It's info@DanceFitFlow if you have any inquiries. Our website, dancefitflow.com, but the most convenient more than that, and something we're really proud of as a small business, is our app. The Dance Fit Flow app is just our business name with the disco ball logo, and you can find all of our classes on there with class descriptions, all of our products and services, as well as descriptions about the instructor and the instructor playlist and Instagram. So that's kind of our one-stop shop for everything Dance Fit Flow.
And if you're interested in trying us, we have a week unlimited intro rate where you can save $10 on a week of unlimited classes, and you can find that on the app too.
Awesome. Well, Thank you guys again for coming to the show today. I really appreciate you guys. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah,
This was great.
We had a good time?
Yeah.
But for those who are watching from home or wherever you are, please go to our page at Fired Up KC on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, subscribe. And if you're on Roku, go to Kim Young TV at Roku to watch this. And hey, it's your host Zeke Wanganga, and do not give up. And as we have today, get some dance, follow the dance fit flow, and let's get popping.
Get fired up.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye for now. Pow.